Shalom, truth seekers. Well, that was a solid day of sundial data, and I finally run out of board, and the sun is getting behind those trees there. So I did 2 boards today. This one, my first mark was 8:38, and it's the D mark today. And the last mark of the day, it was getting very hard to see, was at 8 o'clock. Oh, I didn't even get my pin in my last one there. Well, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. Well, anyway, that's fine. So this was only like 1 or 2 minutes before this point right here. So I pulled my string, and again, we're talking about the D marks. So there you have it. Ouch, I just stuck my hand on my thing. There you have it. The marks are above the line, so it does look like the line has flipped. If you watch, the arc has flipped. If you watch the video from the 18th, you'll see the marks were slightly below the line. So this was a solid day of data. Let me go over all that real quick. Just kind of slowly go over it. And you can compare previous dates. So C, I guess, was from the, it was the day before, so not yesterday, but the day before, but you can see how they're diverging near the end of the day. The C data points were from the, I guess, the smiling face curve, and the D points are from the frowny face, so you can take a closer look at that. But I'm going to run up to the top of the hill real quick and check the other sundial, hopefully before the shadows get them, and we'll see if that one confirms this. Well, that has been a full day of sundial collecting. I have officially run out of board. I could have kept going if I had aligned this board better. I dropped my my phone on the side of the board, and I had a compass on it, and I thought I tried to orient it east and west as best I could, but man, I'll have to remember that next year. That was off. But I mean, neither here nor there. I got a point at 7:52 in the morning, and I just got my last point at 7:09. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I've never had an opportunity to do the straight line method with so much sunlight. So, I mean, and I really wanted to go as late as I could today, and I could have even gone later, but I wanted to do it just to demonstrate how much curve you really do see when you get those early morning and late evening points. And I want to say, while I'm thinking about it, Truth Seeker and I were discussing how tall the nail should be, and I experimented. My other board down there had taller nail, but it gets blurry. The taller the nail is, it just gets so blurry because the throw of that shadow is so far. But I have to say, this little nail, it's like 1.5 inch tall. It was a 3-inch nail that I just screwed through the board, but it was very sharp and very crisp right up until almost the end. Like maybe around 7 it started to get a little harder to see, but I mean, it was much better than the taller one. So I would say, as long as you're able to get early morning and late evening points, go ahead and try a shorter nail or screw or whatever you're going to use. Anyway, you're all waiting for the results, so this definitely confirms what my other sundial was seeing, and I'll walk you through it, but the points are clearly above. We're looking at points D today, and they're the red ones. Ignore the black ones because those were taken when the board was in a different location, so just ignore the black ones. Look at the red ones. And I'll walk you through it real quick. And we start to diverge. Probably around 1:30-ish was the biggest. Yeah, all the way up to 4 p.m. I mean, the marks are clearly above that line. And they start to come back together again. And one brother was telling me he had a discrepancy in his data from yesterday, I think it was. And I just want to show you an example of that. Like, See how this point looks like I got it and it's a little higher. I mean, that can happen between these data points. I mean, it's just human error, I guess. But what really helps you to like flush out those human errors is just to make sure you get one of these points in the late evening and in the early morning. And then, I mean, those are, I mean, even if there was a little bit of error on that, it just shows you so clearly when comparing to those midday points. So anyway, I just want to say hallelujah. Thank you, Yah, for blessing me with clear skies today, for letting me have this opportunity to do this. And I've got to gather my thoughts a little bit and check other truth seekers' data from around the world to try and help answer the question of where time begins. People in Australia, the man-made international date line is not real, and so the creators' times do start somewhere, and they're always on the move. It's a beautiful, amazing design, and but yeah, I need to kind of process other truth seekers' data to try and help answer that question. Really makes a difference for people in Australia this year, I think. So I guess that's it for now. Shalom, and I hope you have a blessed year as you continually seek out the Creator's truth in love with a pure heart.